everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to bring you my update to the THOSE Eyeshadows Project Pan. This is a super fun project pan where you randomize eyeshadow from your entire collection and work on them with the goal to hit pan. This was created by Alexi. Don't think she uploads anymore, but I will leave her channel linked down below. And yeah, this is one of my favorite project pans. It's just, I have so much eyeshadow, so being like randomizing things from the entire collection forces me to go into palettes that I would maybe that I have forgotten about and everything. So if you're new here, hello, my name is Helena, and I love to play around with makeup. So I love to test new makeup, which is what I have done today. This eye look is a result from a little play with the new Odin's Eye and Angelica Nyqvist Halloween collaboration or palettes. But I also love project panning and, you know, playing around with the makeup that I already have, and I think it's so satisfying to finish up makeup or hitting pan or, you know, anything, to see that you have show some love to your makeup collection. So if that sounds interesting to you, you should definitely subscribe and say hi in the comments. Let me know that you are here. I love to hear from you, and let's get into this update. So, this is the color story that we have been working on. I work on 6 shades, 5 are randomly generated and 1 I do handpick myself. And yeah, this is very... I have loved working on this color story actually. It's been very fun. So let's just talk about them from top to bottom. So this one up here is the one that has been in the longest. That one comes from my Terra Moon's Cosmic Wanderer palette. This one has been through it. The shadows have been falling out. I have repressed them several times, so it's a very sensitive, fragile little thing. I love the color story though. It's very dark and grungy and just beautiful. I have been working on the shade Aurora, and it's this beautiful like blue green with a slight hint of purple maybe. Very impactful, and I have been using this shade, so I will show you the progress pictures, of course. And I have used Aurora now for 16 times in total, and this is what we are looking like. So I hope that you see that little pan showing, but see how deep these pans are. It's insane how deep they are, and yeah, you can see that it's been spilling out shimmers onto my mats, and it's just a sad story, but I mean it's looking loved, so that's good. But yeah, I was able to hit pan on Aurora after 16 uses, and yeah, it's been really beautiful to work on. And this palette is now going back to my collection. Then down here, kind of almost washed out completely, is a pastel green shade. It's from my Peachy Queen Angel palette, and it's the shade 888. And it's like, last time I enrolled this green shade, so now this one looks very dusty and non-visible almost. I have used this shade 14 times. I primarily used it like as a matte inner corner, which was working out well. I also used it in the crease to blend out and when I worked on green shades. And this is what that shade is now looking like. So you see that little shiny pan as well. These pans are not as deep as the other one, but yeah, I mean, I liked it until I enrolled that other green shade, because then this just felt so weak in comparison. But I enjoyed playing around with my pastel palettes during the summer. That's why I enrolled this one, because I needed to get some use out of that all my pastels in my collection. And yeah, it's been fun. I say this, but when I enroll palettes, I try to work on all of the shades. If they're, you know, not if there's a shade that's very, very alike or similar to a shade in my, like in my color story, but I have used all of the shades in this palette, for example, which makes me very happy that I, you know, get to play around with the entire eyeshadow palette. So that one is also rolling out. I have a super, super good update. Just, you know, just you wait and see. This next shade is like this gunmetal silver shade. It's very, very intense. And that one comes from my Playing and Makeup by Yolondo Paint Me Chrome palette. This is a great palette. I cannot believe that there's not more talk about this brand, because everything that I bought from them I've been thoroughly enjoying. It's, you know, so great. This palette also, it's beautiful. It's an all shimmer palette, and we have been working on the shade, the 12th shade, because these don't have shade names. And I have been using this shade 13 times, so quite a lot, and this is what we're looking like. So as you can see, this is a beautiful palette. This is the 12th shade. We do not have pan, but we have a good dip going. I've been really enjoying, let's see if you can see any like of the shifts in this palette. Yeah, you see that green up there, green to red. I've been enjoying putting this all over the lid, and then like topping it off with like a purple or something, because then it makes it kind of hollow looking, because this is mostly silver, but there is like a slight shift to it, and it's been very beautiful to have this as a base and then put like another duochrome on top to make like a very unique shade. So I think that I will be able to hit pan on this one by next update. My rules are that I either hit pan or I can roll it out after 20 uses, but I think that I would really want to try and hit pan on this shade. It's been so fun to have this palette out and just play around with everything here, so I'm not, you know, mad about it. And yeah, this will definitely be a shade that I aim to hit pan on. So that one will remain in the project. Then we have underneath that one, we have this dark red matte shade, and that one comes from my Unearthly Cosmetics, or Alien Cosmetics, because this is from their old, like before they renamed themselves, Poison Apple palette. I love the artwork on this one, and it's the shade, what are we called? Empire. And yeah, it's a very beautiful dark red matte. I have used Empire 12 times since rolling it in, and this is what Empire looks like now. Do we even see? There is like there's a slight dip, but I mean, it's a very pigmented shade and it's a matte, dark matte, so I do not think I will hit pan in how many uses? 8 uses, and I am not aiming to hit pan on this shade. I will probably roll it out after 20 uses. But it's a good shade. This is a great palette to work on now during fall. It's just the perfect fall palette in my humble opinion. So Empire will remain in the project for, I hope I can bust those 8 uses, or have those 8 uses done by next update, probably. Then this shimmery shade here, it's a duochrome, like a red, green, gold thing down here. And that one comes from my Pink Crush Cosmetics Phenomena palette. This is also an all shimmer palette, and I have been working on the shade Cantorus. So I rolled this in the last time, and I have used Cantorus 9 times since rolling it in, and this is what we are looking like. So you can see there that shiny pan, and that makes me happy. Also, this is, I mean, I love palettes like this. I know that some people are very sick of it, or that they don't like all shimmer palettes, but I love them, and I love to have like duochromes to play around with. And yeah, so happy with this shade. It's been pairing so well with the red, but also since you have that green flip, I have been able to use it with the green shadows. So it's been really stunning to work on, and I'm happy to roll that one out. And then the final shade down here is looking very, very pastel in the viewfinder or on camera, but it's actually a neon green. And that one comes from my Sensorium Chapter 1 palette. It's a big boy. I did work on a different shade from this palette earlier, I think earlier this year, if I'm remembering correctly, or if it was last year. And this is the shade Neuro. I have used this shade 17 times. I kind of switched because there's a good white in this one as well, so I just have used this on my inner corner a shit ton. It's been beautiful, like I had to have a fun green inner corner. I've been rocking that look quite a lot. And this is what we're looking like. I hope you can see. So that is Neuro in the middle here. And we do have a pan. I just wanna, like, it's so washed out, but this is a really neon shade. And yeah, after 17 uses, I did hit pan on this shade, which is exciting. These are not that deep because I hit pan on this one also in the product. And this is the white that I've been using. It has a dip now because I've been mixing that white with that green. But it's a fun palette. The mattes are really good. They are really nice, easy to work with, and it's been fun to have this out and play around with, but I'm happy to put this big boy back in my collection. So that means that we are rolling out 4 out of my 6 shades, which is just amazing. I am so stoked. And we are going to generate 3 new shades, and I will handpick 1 shade. So I have currently a shit ton of eyeshadow. Let's just say it like that. Okay, I currently have 3,377 eyeshadows in my collection. I do have pan on some of these, but if I enroll something with pan, we have to re-roll. So let's just ignore this number. It's from this thing. Let's roll the first number, 2,365. Are you kidding me? Okay, 2,365 comes from my Sensorium palette. What are the fucking odds? It's the shade called Sensory. Don't know what that one is. But we are doing that one. Okay then. Let's go ahead and do that then. Alright, next shade. 1,682. 1,682 comes from my GlossGods Looking for Rainbows palette. That is an all shimmer palette. And it's the shade Happy Skies. And then the third shade that we are generating will be 1,740. Okay, 1,740 comes from my Bella Beauté Bar Poison Garden 2 palette. That is a good palette to work on this time of the year. It's the shade Bitterweed. Don't know what that one is. And I'm gonna go and have a look at the new shades and handpick my own shade, and I will be right back. Okay, I immediately ran into an issue. So the shade Sensory from Sensorium, the palette, it is this dark red here. So I am gonna re-roll because we are working on that dark red from the Poison Apple palette. Why is this always happening to me? I mean, last year when I was panning or doing this project, I got like reds, all the reds. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. But we are going to re-roll that one. Happy because then I can, you know, have a different palette out. So let's re-roll and see what we get. 1,677. Okay, we only got numbers now from 1, 6, 7, 7. like only numbers between 1600s and 1700s. Interesting, but 1677 is also from my GlossGods, but it's from the palette Dancing in the Sky, and it's the shade Northern Lights. So I'm gonna pick that up instead. That is also an all shimmer palette, but I am happy. Okay, let me be right back. Okay, I'm looking at my color story and we do have a problem, but maybe it's okay. So this is the new color story, and the issue lies with these two shades. Are they too similar? They are very similar. Let me talk you through the shades. So this first one is the Northern Lights. It's like a green, we have like a little bit of red in it. And it's from the Dancing in the Skies by GlossGods, and this is like a green shimmer palette. It's very beautiful, and you have these special shades, and Northern Lights is this one down here. Yeah, that one. So you clearly see that the flip is more red in Northern Lights. Okay, that is the first shade. Then the second shade is this one down here, and that's the pink purple shade from the other GlossGods Look. Like, these are the two first like sky themed things they did. They have released more palettes, which are also very beautiful. This is the Look for Rainbows palette, and we enrolled the shade Happy Skies. And this is what that palette looks like. And Happy Skies is this shade up here. So it's pink, but gets very icy and beautiful shade. This is a good shade for me, I think, to top on this silver. I think it will be very, very beautiful. So that one is the Happy Skies. Then this shade that I'm contemplating if it's too similar. That one is the Bella Beauté Bar, the Poison Garden palette, and it's the shade Bitterweed, which is down here. So this is a green. It also has a flip. It's between a green and a blue. So let me hold these up together. Okay. So we see clearly that this one is pulling more blue, this one is pulling more red. So maybe it's okay. We're just gonna go with it. Fuck it. Let's see what damage we can do. Happy to be playing around with this a bit more. I think it is a very, very pretty palette. This is like before Bella Beauté Bar really like boomed. Because now they are obviously very, very hyped. I do want that recently de-influenced palette. It looks so stinking beautiful and I want it. I want it now. But we are playing with that palette and that shade. Let's just do it. And this final shade is a bit boring. This is my hand-picked shade. I just went for a safe card because I want to hit pan in this is the last Juvia Space palette that doesn't have pan, so I want to hit pan in this one. This is the Festival palette, and this is that color story, and it will be super easy for me to hit pan in the shade Uli. So sorry for being such a bore, but it's what I wanted to do. We do have other like maybe more difficult shades to work on as well. So I just want to have a safe bet for next update. I am probably going to hit pan on that one. Fingers crossed. But yeah, this is a good palette. I've been playing around with it a bit before this update, and yeah, the quality is still great. This mustard yellow is so beautiful. So that is it. This is the color story we are rolling out, and this is the color story that we will be working on. So it's a bit more, that shade just looks so like white, but it's really not. It's very pink. But we have 5 shimmers and 1 matte for this round. But it's okay. That is okay. We will go with what the panning gods have decided. So, what do you think about this color story? And let me know how your eyeshadow panning journey is going. Are you being successful this year, or are you not just not panning eyeshadow? Let me know down in the comments below, and I hope to hear from you and see you in my next video. Bye guys!